I'm back.
Every time I walk out that door, every time I interact with anybody new, my purpose is to help change.
It's time to celebrate life. If you know that you're in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know you want better for your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you have what it takes to be in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you are not just trying to be good for you, but for those around you, it's time to stand up. As a matter of fact, look to the person to your left and tell them you are enough.
I want to help you change, and just like you change, every time I interact with somebody, they help me change. It's no different than if I met an individual and they had 4 quarters and they needed change, or if I had $1 and they had 4 quarters, I need to change. We can swap the money. The value is still the same. They still got $1, I still got $1, but we both exchanged something, and it was a change for both of us. So every time I walk out that door, I inspire to help change lives just as much as lives have changed me.
Y'all been listening to the wrong people, watching the wrong things all your life, and it's time to put to rest all those negative thoughts, because you are enough. It's time to put to rest that self-doubt, because you are enough. It is time to get rid of that negative energy, because you are enough. It is time to stop listening to people that don't have the best interests of you in your life, because you are enough. So let's have a moment of silence. I want everybody to understand that you are the person that's in charge of your life. Everything that you have inside of you to be who you're supposed to be in life. You have a destiny, and that destiny can only be accomplished through you, by you, and only you, with the help of God. When you realize that you are the person you are, because you're not a carbon copy, there's only one you. They try to put you in a box. Society tries to put you in a box, but you can't be in a box. How can you be in a box when there's only one you? But then they tell you, think outside the box. What I'm trying to get you to understand is there is no box.
I want to pass on the things that I have to the generations behind me. By the time it's time for me to get called home and go to the grave, I want to be empty. I believe in bankrupting the cemetery, so I can't take this knowledge with me, because the cemetery is already full of brilliant ideas and unwritten books and innovative ideas. I can't take this with me, so I'm trying to leave it all here as Billy Graham Jr. to the next generation so somebody else can carry it on. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Billy Graham Jr. TV show. I am so happy that you all are tuning in tonight. And man, I must say, I missed y'all since last week. I'm glad these weeks go by so fast, because I look forward to every Thursday just being able to talk to the family. Y'all, I love y'all. And man, I got a guest for y'all tonight. I don't even know how to describe this young lady. She does so many things, and she does it with just effortlessly, not even just effortlessly. She does it with self-sacrifice. Like, when I say sacrifice, I mean she's one of my sisters. And I don't mean just because she's black. I mean she's literally one of my sisters. She is also in the military. And you know how I am, retired Air Force. I love my military people. And I got to show love to her, because she is doing amazing things, not just only in her career, but also in her personal life as well, because she is also the owner, the CEO of Ross Safari. Like, this amazing. I'm not even finna keep going, because I can talk about her all day long, but I'm going to let you hear her story from her mouth, because you know what they say. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. So I'm going to let her tell her story, and I have to introduce this amazing young lady to you, Miss Ebony Simpson. What's up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Now, one, I'm happy that you are, man, I just want to say thank you first. Thank you for your service. And I also want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day, because I know after a day of work, you probably like want to just sit back and relax, but you took time to come on here and let the world meet you. And so
Oh.
I want the world to meet you. So will you please tell the world who is Ebony Simpson?
Okay. Now that's a loaded question. Who is Ebony Simpson? Ebony Simpson is me. I am just a 28-year-old young woman of God living life. Originally born in North Carolina, but both my parents were in the Army, actually. I decided to go the Air Force route because of my uncle. He seemed to have like a great life. But now that I look back on it, it was probably because he didn't have any kids. So, mom had kids, mom didn't have any kids. So that's already, a little difference there. But yeah, military, I grew up with it. It's what I know. So I moved around quite a bit. And here I am today in Minot, North Dakota.
Whoa. Minot, North Dakota.
Minot, North Dakota.
What is it up with you from North Carolina to North Dakota? Like you just like places with the word North in it.
Not at all. Not at all. That was never the goal. That was never the goal. It's just, it's where life led me, I guess.
So you say you're in North Dakota. So right now, because I've been through North Dakota before, and the best way I can describe it is the weather gets real disrespectful in North Dakota. So I couldn't live in North Dakota. How is North Dakota treating you?
Okay. Weather included?
Everything included.
Just like everything and everywhere, it has its ups and it has its downs. What gets me through it is the tribe, my family that I've made since I've been out here. So it's definitely all about the people, because you can have the best times with people in the worst environment. So the people makes my living situation a lot better.
So I just want everybody to know, Ebony just gave you your first nugget for the day, because people don't even realize they do it, but she just gave you your first nugget. You have to make sure you surround yourself with the right people. Or as she said it, because she's in North Dakota, your life gonna be cold as hell. But she got the right people around her, and so it makes those downs a lot better when they're up. But now I know you said Air Force. Thank you for signing up. We love your parents. Tell your parents I said thank you for what they did, their service. I'm glad you signed on the right dotted line. You made the right decision. But you say you're in the military. How long have you been in the Air Force?
It will be 7 years in June, but if we're counting commissioning, May.
Whoa. I'm sorry, Miss Commissioning.
Okay.
So for those of y'all don't know, for commissioning, that means Miss Ebony is an officer.
Okay.
She's not enlisted. So you went from enlisted to officer?
No, just straight officer.
Oh, so you came in being the boss.
Just a little bit.
Now, because this show is about helping people not just meet different personalities, business owners, but it's helping others that might be in certain situations or certain points of their life, and they're going to look at you like, wow, she's an officer in the Air Force, and she's been doing it 7 years. We know about your parents, and like you've been in that family line, and it was already bled through you, your uncle and everything like that. Mm-hmm. But what was that decision where it was like, yeah, this is my life. I have to go in and do this.
Okay. Long story short, when I went to college, I went to the Tuskegee University down in Tuskegee, Alabama. Hey, yo. So I knew, back then I wanted to become a doctor. I really wanted to be a doctor. And I was like, okay, who's going to pay for this? And I was like, you know what? The military will do it. And I feel as though the Air Force would be the best branch for me to join. So I went into ROTC thinking that I was going to become a doctor and all these things. And the reason I wanted to become a doctor was because when I was in elementary school, my mom, she got diagnosed with a brain tumor, and she was in and out of the hospital. She had to get brain surgery. It was a lot going on. So it's just like, wow, I need to be a doctor. I need to be that person. I did not go that route, but all the same, I'm happy that I did ROTC and I commissioned as an officer, and here I am.
So, as an officer, what do you do in the Air Force?
I am a nuclear missile operator. So I'm a
Okay.
13. I'm a missileer.
So you deal with nuclear missiles?
Yes.
Note to self: don't go to North Dakota no more.
You won't ever come in here anyway.
I wasn't coming back. But no, I told you so. People do things. Miss Ebony did it again. I'm sorry. I'm going to do this the whole show because I'm not letting any nugget that you drop, because you dropping jewels already. Is that first off, glad your mom, she's doing better.
Yeah, she's great. She's amazing.
So thank God for that. But you saw what she said. Her mom was going through something at an early age for her. And instead of being one of those people that looks at a problem and just gets down on it, there's nothing wrong with taking in, being sad, emotional. It's part of life. But she made a decision that she wasn't just going to look at it as a problem. She was going to find a way to be the solution to said problem. Now, it might have changed along the way. And I tell you all the time, when you set yourself out on a goal, I always tell people all the time, make sure you have a plan A, because plan A keeps you going ahead. Don't have a plan B. That makes you go backwards. And if you got a plan C, you're setting yourself up for catastrophe. Ebony was following plan A, and things will change when you follow in the plan. She did not become a doctor, but it led her straight to the HBCU, which still has her now doing something that she loves. I couldn't do it, because I'm not going nowhere around no nuclear, nothing. The word nuclear means go the opposite direction in my life. So thank you for everything you do. Now, I gotta go into this because you're already in the military. You're already the officer. You're already in charge. You're doing some things. But you told me about Rod Safari, but I didn't go too deep with that. And I see the shirt that you got on says Rod Safari.
Yes.
And I want you to explain to us, what is Rod Safari? Where did it come from? What started it? What is it?
Okay, Rod Safari is my brand. It is my baby. It is my world. When I was actually so long before I became an officer or an adult, I've always had an entrepreneur type of mindset. When me and my mom used to live in Hawaii, I started my first official business. I was a candy lady, right? So my mom, she cleared out a whole pantry for me, and she was my first investor. She bought me my first round of candy, and then she just took me. I just took off. I was selling candy at school, wasn't supposed to. I was selling candy at home. People would come to my house during the neighborhood. It was so crazy that I was in the store buying candy, and one of my customers saw me in the store buying the candy, and I was so shook. I was like, oh my gosh, he's not going to buy candy from me. But he put his candy back and was just like, oh, I'll get it from you tomorrow. So I was just like, I hiked up these prices about 2 times, but I was just like, oh, that's awesome. And it just gave me such a rush. And I love making my own money. I love being the one in charge, just because it's like, okay, I know how much I'm spending. I know how much I'm getting. It's all me. Whether this fails or not, it's because of me, because I'm putting as much effort and as much work as I need into it. And so that was in middle school. After middle school, I went to high school, and then I started working at McDonald's and things like that. But then when I moved to Montana, I actually had my friend Bree. She ended up becoming my roommate, and she already had a business. I gave her all upstairs because I bought a house, and her business is Imani Cowrie, and she makes jewelry, and she motivated me so much. It was just like, Ebony, why not? You was already an entrepreneur in middle school. What's stopping you from doing what you want to do now? So I was like, okay, Bree. So she's like, just watching her work day in and day out in the house, I was just like, Ebony, I need to get back on my grind. So she motivated me tremendously. I got my master's in entrepreneurship at OK State. And one of the classes that I was in, I can't remember the name of the class, but it stood out to me because one of our projects was to write down 50 to 100 problems that you have with day-to-day things. And then on the back end, you had to go and solve the problem, because being an entrepreneur is nothing but solving problems, people's problems. So
Hold
that's
on, hold on. Say that again. Say that again. Being an entrepreneur is what?
it's nothing but you're a problem solving. You're a problem solver. You're solving people's problems. So what can you create or what can you do to make people's lives easier or better in some type of, some type of way? So once that was like, okay, turning in my head, turning in my head, turning in my head. I'm about to get into the brand. Don't worry, all of this is
No,
gonna
no.
tie
Take your time. We need this. I'm learning something right now, and I know everybody else is. Take your time. Give it all to us.
So at this point, I was a loose natural. So I went through a lot of different hairstyles. So with loose natural, you're washing your hair, you're conditioning your hair, you're oiling your hair and everything. And you got to go to sleep. So I'll go to sleep, I'll wake up, oil is everywhere. All over my pillows, all over it is everything because I make a mess. And I make sure I grease up my head. And I was like, you know what? This is my problem. My problem is after I do my hair, I want to lay down. I want to do different things. And I put on my bonnet and the oil seeps through. Oil seeps through constantly, all the time. So that was my problem. Now, how was I going to fix it? I started to fix it. I started to find my way. I started to Google, I started to research oil resistant bonnets, and there was no such thing. So I was just like, bingo, that is where I'm going to start. So I went to, I believe, I can't remember if it was Michael's or Joann's to get me some fabric. I ordered some oil resistant fabric from the internet and I hand sewed my first bonnet. It looked a mess, but that's what I needed to get started, right? On the floor, I made a mess. It was fabric, it was tape measures, it was everything just spread out all over the floor. But I made my first bonnet. And then that next week, I went to my friend's house who had a sewing machine and I got on her sewing machine and I made another bonnet that was even better. And so I have a product, right? But I still don't have a brand. I still don't have a business. All that happened in Montana, maybe like 2 months before I was PCS into North Dakota. Boom, now I'm in North Dakota. And it's like, okay, Ebony, you still got this great idea. So what are you going to do with it? So now I'm thinking, okay, I need to start a business. How am I going to start a business? What is the first thing I need to do? I need to come up with a name. I had no idea how I was going to come up with the name. So I'm like Googling different things. I'm like trying to just figure out what is my name going to be. I had no idea. I was looking up different origins from Spain. I was doing from like Europe. I was going to Africa. I was looking at different origins for everything. And then I don't know if you noticed this or not, but I'm about to blow your mind. So, okay, this is like backwards. Raya is hair backwards.
Wow.
You get that?
Yeah.
So Raya is hair, and Safari, depending on what you look up, means journey. Because a safari, like an African, like a safari,
Yeah.
is a journey through, the desert. It's a journey looking at different animals. It's a journey. So my brand is essentially hair journey.
Wow.
And then now like the logo, right? I was talking to my friend Bree, who inspired me tremendously. I was just like, Bree, I don't know how to come up with my logo. I'm on like logo generators. Like, what am I going to do? And I had found one and I was asking her what she thought about it. She was just like, it's okay, but Ebony, you're such a great artist. Why don't you just draw your own? She was just like, if I had your talent, I would just draw my own logo. And I was just like, why didn't I think to draw my own logo? So you know what I did? I grabbed like a sheet of scrap paper and I just started drawing. We was talking about my hair, and then I was like, bingo. Since my name is Hair Journey, why don't I depict my hair journey? And that's what these heads symbolize. So starting from here, this is me. I don't know if you can tell, but this is like me with relaxed hair. This is when I was transitioning. So you got the little fro and then like your little scraggly ends, because transitioning hair is not the cutest hair. This middle one is when I cut my hair all off and I had my mini fro. This one right here is when I was loose natural and my hair was flourishing.
Yep.
And now I have my locks.
Wow.
So that's that. And the color depiction on my heads is I'm a Black woman, and I wanted to show that Black people, we come in all shades and colors. So
Yes.
that's why I have my light skin with some freckles. I got my face with like vitiligo. I have my caramel friend. I got my albino woman, and then I have me, dark chocolate. So this is me, and like, yeah. So all that to say, this is how I got to Raya Safari. This is how I got to the logo, the brand, everything. This is why it's my baby, because this is my hair journey.
Wow.
Ooh.
You drop so much. Don't worry, everybody knows how I do. I'm finna go back and we finna wrap it up for you, right? Finna bring you back up because Ebony dropped so many jewels. Let's go back.
Okay.
You were in school, middle school, the candy lady.
Yes.
That's hilarious to me because I'm thinking about all the times in school where kids were sending the candy, and I'm like, I was one of them buying. And you said something. The person that was one of your customers saw you in the store buying it, and they put it back knowing you were marking it up. I want everybody to understand something because everybody has these amazing ideas. They don't act on them. They don't think people will pay for it. I want you to think about somebody. So think about Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. Now think of Colonel Sanders. Now let's think about these people. When I say Elon Musk, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Tesla. Is that him?
Yeah. I say Mark Zuckerberg. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Mark Zuckerberg. Don't do this to me. Ooh, give it to me. What is it?
Facebook.
Yep.
If I say Colonel Sanders, what comes to your mind?
Chicken.
My point exactly. You're right, no matter how you look at it. But I want everybody to catch what Ebony was telling y'all. We can cook our own chicken. We can buy any other kind of car. We don't just have to do Facebook. We can go old school. Pick your phone up, just call, and you send a message, send a text. People don't come to you because of the product. They value you because of the person that you are. They're not buying from you because you got a great product. They're buying for you because of the amazing individual that you already are. And people need to let that go of, I don't have something. I need to figure out this. People come to you. They don't care what you charge. Think about the prices we pay for some of this stuff. They still are going to pay them because they are paying for you. You are what they're paying for. They want to be attached to you. And I want everybody not to miss what Ebony said, because somebody out there right now has an amazing idea. They have a gift, a purpose, and people want it. They need it more than ever right now, but you're not letting it go. They don't care about if they see you in the store buying the candy. They're going to buy it anyway because they still coming. That was the first one. Oh, I had to get that one in because people need to realize they will buy what you sell, what you have. Don't worry about it. The second one, because you dropped so many. When you went and you said you moved in, your friend in Montana, and you had her living upstairs. For one, it shows the self-sacrifice that you do. Bought a house and let your friend have a whole upstairs. I commend you on that. Pretty sure your friend do. But think about what we said earlier about your circle, about who you surround yourself with. A like-minded person that Ebony wasn't even thinking about. She had already let the candy lady go. She was working at McDonald's in high school, which wasn't her purpose because she didn't stay there long. Her friend brought that inner entrepreneur back out of her. And when she went to school and got a master's in entrepreneurship, I want people to understand this because you hear it all the time. I'm going to give you both ends of the spectrum. Do you have to go to school to get where you want to be in life?
No.
No, not necessarily. But at the same time, if you want to perfect what you have to seek the knowledge. It doesn't have to be school, but you have to continue to learn. And Ebony showed you. She started off wanting to be a doctor. Then it led her to HBCU. But then she realized I wanted this, and this is where I'm going. This is my path. I have something that people need. So she went and learned about it. You would think people would be like, you went to school for entrepreneurship? I'm sorry. Everybody don't have mentors and mentees and people that's sitting around telling all this information. So Ebony had to go where she had to go. And I'm saying that because you out there listening, sometimes you have to do what you got to do in order to live how you want to live.
Indeed.
And Ebony showed that. But then she took it a step further. Remember, I told y'all, people buy you, not the product. It's you that drives the product. She made Hair Journey, Raw Safari. I love to spin on that hair thing. That's amazing. And then she couldn't figure out not just the name, but the logos, all that, and then it clicked. She used herself. She broke it down every stage of her life on the show, her hair journey on her shirt. She is her own logo. You are the brand. I want people to kiss that. You are the brand. Ebony's just telling you, you're the brand. She is her own brand. And oh man, I love it. Before I even go any further, for the people that are watching, because I don't want nobody to miss it in case somebody has to run, because I know people have lives. We want you to get it. Can people purchase your product?
Why, yes, they can.
Oh, let's drop that right quick. We're going to drop it a couple of more times, but I want you to drop that sales tip every time you can. Tell people where they can get your product.
www.rayasafari.com. Spelling just like this. I also have an Instagram page, which is Raya_Safari, and you can get me on Facebook, which is just Raya Safari. If you need to email me, rayasafari@gmail.com. Literally, what you see is what you get.
Now, thank you for that tidbit, because I know, I got to keep my hand check. I might be hitting you up. But now I have a question, because we got the hair brand. We got the military. I was in the military. I know how them regs work. If everybody don't understand regulations, we have uniform regulations. We got all kinds of hair regulations, whatever you want to call it. Military has a regulation for it. How does that brand work with the military? Because you said hair.
Mm-hmm.
And our Black queens got certain hair textures, and I know we got to wear hats and all kinds of stuff. How does your brand work with the military, or does it even work with the military? Like, do you?
What's crazy is, yes. So when I first started my business, I was strictly oil-resistant bonnets, because that was my main goal. Oil-resistant bonnets. I still have my bonnets, but just like with my candy business, I started to expand. At first, I was selling Starburst and Skittles, but now I want to throw a honey bun in there or something else. So just like with my business, I want to expand with my business, right? And since the military is a big part of my life, I was just thinking like, okay, how can I reach out to my military brothers and sisters? Because men also care about their hair, whether they like to admit it or not. They care about them waves. They care about them curls. So that's when I started doing, I'm looking around because I'm trying to see if I have one just out, my satin line beanies. And I have them in black and the coyote brown, because, our military colors have changed. So I have my beanies, and I'm coming out with the watch caps, because what I didn't know is that every branch of the service allows beanies. You have to have actually watch caps. So I have satin line headgear, and I also have for our patrol caps hat inserts that are satin line, because you're constantly pulling your hat on and off.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to help as much as I can, because I know that it's a big deal, especially living up here in North Dakota. We wear our beanies faithfully.
I bet you do.
We wear them faithfully. So to constantly having that cotton texture on your hair, you're drying out your hair, you're making your hair frizzy, you're creating split ends. So I wanted to help protect our hair, because that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants healthy hair. So yes, I am looking out for the military members.
So you keep doing it. I don't know if I think you're doing it on purpose at this point. She's basically told you, Ebony told you, that when you're doing something, whether it be goods, services, whatever you do, whatever your gift is, whatever your passion is, whatever your purpose is, it's meant to be given to help others. And she could have just made that beanie and kept it herself. I mean, not beanie. She could have had her own little brand, kept it to herself, kept her hair looking good and luxurious, but she wanted to share. And not only did she share, she shared with the people that are closest to her, which is what? Her military lifestyle. I say that to say, because again, you had this great idea and you're wondering, where should I start? How do I expand? Where do I network? Start where you are. You don't have to look for. I find people say it all the time. I don't know what to do. I don't know why to do it or where to begin. And I'm telling you, Ebony told you, begin where you are. You don't know that you don't know what you don't know. And the way you fix that is start with what you do know. She didn't know where to expand to, but what did she know? She knew the military had to take them hats on and off. She knew it was cold in North Dakota. So she did what she knew. She made hair gear for them to be able to protect their hair. Oh my goodness. I think you did this on purpose. You just dropping nuggets and just gonna talk on by them like it ain't nothing to it. But I have to know. I know everybody else might want to know. I'm gonna include the audience this time, but me, I really want to know. But we'll let them know as well. When you were talking about you branching out across the different branches and everything, making these different forms of headgear because you know we take our headbands off on and off. What do you see for the future of Raw Safari?
That's an awesome question. I see myself in stores. So my next step is I want to have shampoo. I want to have conditioner. I want all those things. And I want to be able to go to whatever store it may be and to be able to pick out something that is mine off the shelf. It doesn't have to be all my products because I ain't greedy, but it would be great, Lord, and throwing it out there in the atmosphere, it would be great. But if I could walk into a store and see Raya Safari, I've made it. But
wow.
But yeah, what's next? Shampoo, conditioner, and that's what's next. That's what's next.
Remember we talked about it earlier. When you start down that path for your plan and your goals, things might change, things might alter, things will also get added. When you started this, before you even started it, like when you're sitting there waking up and like, I still got my product all over the place, I'm being messy. Was anything in your mind at that moment in time saying, I need to have hair care products on the shelf?
No. No, not at all. Not at all.
I asked that question for a reason. It was kind of a trick question because I wanted the audience to get your natural answer because you just explained to people that it's not about the finish line. It's about just starting. Things will develop and your mind will expand. You're going to be looking for new things and it's going to happen. But for many of us, we sit and we never start. We're too scared to make that first footstep. And if you don't take the first step, nobody can ever walk in your footsteps. So you have to take the first step in order for things to fall into place. Think about it. We named some people in the beginning. Elon Musk, he didn't start with Tesla. As a matter of fact, he started with PayPal and people told him that it wouldn't work. We see how that planned out. I got PayPal on everything, phones. I sent money all over the place. So we see how that worked. Same thing with Mark Zuckerberg. They told him his little email idea wouldn't work, and he was just emailing around the campus. And then he had it where it was go from campus to campus in college. Now we all on Facebook. Colonel Sanders, they said his little chicken thing wasn't going to work. They said his little recipe sucked. He was denied. Colonel Sanders was denied told no over 100 times, but he kept going till he got that first yes. And look what that one yes has got him to now. I want everybody to take this in because Ebony is telling you this same stuff. She didn't just sit back. She saw a problem. She's been doing this her whole life. She saw a problem with her mom. She thought about, I need to do this. Then on the route to doing that, she became the candy lady, not the bag lady, the candy lady. She became the candy lady. Then it helped her friends, and her friend was starting a business. She started, see how this chain of events happened? There's no way when Ebony first said, I want to be a doctor, that she was saying my next goal will be to have my products on the shelf in the store. I want everybody to think about that. You have something you're sitting on, and who knows where God is going to take your idea, that vision he gave you, where he's going to take you to. Now, I do have another one for you because we know in the military, we tend to get moved around a lot. And I want you to answer this question because of the simple fact there's somebody out there, somebody somewhere wondering, like, how do they transition from place to place? When you're starting a business or have a business already running, because you started back before, even though you didn't think you started back in Montana before you got to North Dakota. When you're starting a business, how do you maintain when you have to keep moving?
So that's going to be, my next PCS, I will say, will be my first time moving with my business because, when I transitioned from Montana to here, nothing was set in stone. I won't selling stuff. But now that I'm actually in business and having to gather up all my items and actually move to California, that is something that I have to think about, right? So am I going to shut down for a month or two until I get situated? Am I going to just close down altogether? Well, the answer to those questions are no times two. I'm gonna pack me a supply of bonnets, beanies with all my product in my car because I'm gonna do a partial ditty. I'm gonna drive across the country to California, and as I'm getting in orders, when I stop at my hotel rooms, I will be filling my orders. I will move my business with me and send out as much stuff as I can. Even when I go on vacations, I pack me up a separate bag for Riot Safari because business don't just stop because I'm on vacation. Since it's just me right now, I I don't have the luxury of passing it on to my team member, right? Because it's just me. This is just me. And my business is only going to go so far. It depends on what I'm going to do, right? If I'm going to take a break every time I go on vacation, I would feel so bad for myself. I don't even know if this is coming out right. I have to do it for me, right? So I will be packing up my bonnets, my sweatshirts, my beanies, my hat inserts, maybe even a little rose water to ship out on the road. That is my plan. That is my plan. Did I answer your question?
You more than answered the question. You gave everybody else a little bit more than the question I even asked you. She basically told you you have to be committed, not just to the brand. You have to be committed to yourself, believing in yourself. Because you heard her say it. She was like, I can't do that because I have to do this for myself. And that right there doesn't do anything, not just committed, but it breeds loyalty because people get this messed up so much. Before you can be loyal to others, you have to be loyal to yourself. And Ebony just said, I have to be loyal to myself, and I can't do that. And by having that same loyalty, she packs bags no matter if she's on vacation. She just told you when it's time to move and ship out, she's going to pack her stuff, and she's going to still be loyal to her customers, sending them their supplies, whatever they order, fulfilling those orders at the same time. See, I said you have to be willing to do what you don't want to do in order to live how you want to live. Ebony just explained it. I don't have nobody over here. This is entrepreneurship. That's the part of entrepreneurship. I don't care what you say. Entrepreneurship, you start by yourself. That's why it's called entrepreneur. They should call it solopreneurship because you start by yourself. And she has nobody right now. She's not letting that business go because her purpose is helping others. And she's not letting that go. But the time is coming, especially when them products hit the shelf. She's going to have all the help she needs. And guess what? She did what she had to do now to when she goes on vacation in the future. Oh, yeah, y'all stay back in the warehouse and fill those orders. Just call me if you need something. Matter of fact, don't even call me. Call my assistant.
Yes.
I'm telling you. But it has to start. You have to start. And Ebony's telling you. And when I say start, I want people to take this in the heart. Listen real closely because many of us don't realize we have already started. Ebony started a long time ago when her mother was sick. We've already started. Something in your life started you down a certain path. You're already started on your journey. It could be a hair journey, a Riot Safari, but you're already on your journey. It's just what are you going to do to capitalize on the journey that you're on? And speaking of capitalizing, because I be wanting everybody to get what they can get. And I got a question that I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know because I don't know nothing about this. I'm learning so much just by talking to you. When we think about capitalizing, can you let us in on a little secret? Is the hair journey, how lucrative is that when we're talking about capitalizing? Because people, let's be honest, people still want to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody just wants to work hard and get nothing out of it. Is it capitalizing for you right now?
Like in general, like the hair?
You in general.
Oh, me? Okay. I'm in the green. I'm in the green.
Oh, I thought I was going to get her. She was the first person ever to catch it. Not that we wanted to need at all your financials, but I love how you said that. She's in the green. So you always hear about passive income this, passive income that. People telling you need to have a second stream of income. Apparently, the hair business keeps you in the green. Y'all are sitting out there and you have ideas. Matter of fact, that just made me think of something. This is going to help people so much when I ask you this question.
Okay.
What other ideas besides when you realize you're making a mess with all the hair products, do you remember any of those ideas that you had in the past along that same time period?
Once I was doing my class home assignment thing, like
Any
trying to
of them?
solve problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you want to hear some of them?
Of course.
Okay, one that I thought was very good was check this out. One of my problems was like, okay, I make meals so people meal prep, and what do? You put your food in Tupperware, right? You stick them in the refrigerator. Sometimes you forget how long stuff has been in the refrigerator for. And then what do you have to do to see if something is spoiled or not? What you got to do? Smell it. Exactly. Now, I was like, I hate doing that because you never know what you're going to get. So I was thinking of creating Tupperware that will change colors if it's spoiled or not, because, spoiled food would like emit certain gases and things like that. So why not have the Tupperware be that sensitive to where it will change color so you no longer have to smell the spoiledness? And it causes people get sick from smelling, spoiled stuff. It just throws them off. So that was an idea. Because I feel like that all these Tupperware parties people be having, like, so Tupperware that would change colors with spoiled food. What was another one? I had another one that dealt with like ice, like, because I was in Montana at the time and I'm in North Dakota. Something dealing with heating up either like your driveway or your windshield or something. There's something out there like that now, but I can't remember. But that Tupperware one stuck out to me because I was just like, I could really do this. I could really do this. But yeah, if you would just stop and think about all the problems you have on a day-to-day and then actually try to solve that, it would be amazing. Then try to solve it, but then if you actually act on it, we could do so much. If people actually act on the things that they set out to do, it would be great.
Woo, Jesus. You did it again. Let me go ahead. She did it again. First of all, I was asking that question. I knew where I thought I wanted to go, but you just took me somewhere else with that question. You have all these ideas, these problems that need to be solved. But the problem with human nature is we think we need to try to solve all the problems at once. Mm-hmm. I want everybody out there that's listening, do what Ebony did. Find that one problem that you want to focus on and solve that problem. You hear people all the time, oh, multiple streams of income. No, stop first. First, we gotta get one stream of income before we move on to the next one. Ebony, the Tupperware idea is fire. I still want, once you get this hair thing, once you get hair safari wrapped up and you have able to handle that off, it's time to start that Tupperware.
Right.
I know I'll be the first one in line to order because I love to cook and I hate smelling stuff to see if it's bad. Tupperware thing. But she basically told you, pick one problem and solve that problem. The reason I call it overthinking, the reason people get caught up with overthinking is because they're trying to solve too many things at one time. That's what causes your overthinking. That's bottom line. When you focus on one thing and solve that problem, then you can flourish out. After that problem solved, then go solve the next problem. We always wonder how, I won't necessarily say successful people, but certain people at the top tier when we got money and they're like, yes, I'm in real estate, I'm in stocks, and they solved one problem and went to the next one. We just didn't know about it till they blew up. And she's telling you now, solve the one problem first. Oh, that was a great nugget. I love that one. You said something else. There was one more thing and I didn't want to let it go and I just lost the thought, but it'll come back to me. But anyway, so now that you're on the hair journey,
Mm-hmm.
And I see Ernest, he's chiming in. There he goes, the guy. Thank you,
Oh,
brother Usher, for putting that out there. But now that you got the hair journey,
mm-hmm.
what is, I don't want to say what's next, but because we know about it is what next, but how do you get there? Because I want people to understand that. How do you get from where you're at now to where you start focusing on the shampoos? Have you already started that, or do you have a plan for that?
So that is an awesome question. Right now, so I dibble dabble. I dibble dabble, dibble dabble.
Dibble dabble.
I have not sat down to get 100% focused. I feel as though I need to find me a chemist to work with. I feel as though I need to find a lot of different things. I need to find what type of herbs, what type of things do I want. I need to find what type of shampoo do I want. Do I want a moisturizing shampoo? Do I want a cleansing shampoo? What do I want? Because I don't know if you've seen shampoos and conditioner, but it's a lot of variations, right? So it's like, what are you going for? So I need to actually sit down and focus on, okay, what exactly do I want to achieve with this shampoo and or conditioner? Do I want it to be a tingly sensation, right? Do I want this? Because it's an experience too. So I haven't gotten that far yet, but that's going to be definitely next.
No. You did exactly, and you answered that so brilliantly, because I want everybody to take away what she's telling you. When you have an idea, that's what it was. I knew it'd come back. You have an idea, and she told you a while back you need to act on that idea. And let me give you an example. Have you seen like somebody, we call them crazy, and they're walking around like, oh, the purple elephants, and I see the green door walking down the street. They just say the craziest things, and they're like, man, that person's hallucinating. They losing their mind, or somebody drugged up. They're like, oh, they're hallucinating. Well, I'm here to tell you, all those wonderful ideas that you have in your head when you're like, oh, this could be the end result. I can be able to do this. I can do that. You could even tell people what your ideas are. But if you don't act on them, you're just hallucinating. That's all you're doing. You're hallucinating. And Ebony just broke it down to help you with your hallucination. She said, first we need to focus. Now we need to make a plan. And then when she said after the plan, what are the things that are underneath that are going to make that plan happen? Like she said with the shampoos, what's the herbs you need? Do you need a chemist? What's the smell? But the biggest thing that she said to top it all off, whatever your brand may be, what's the result that you're looking for? When you have to put those things, because you're hallucinating right now with this idea, she just gave you an action plan. You got to focus on it. Because in order for you to see your vision, in order for your vision to see you, you have to see your vision. So you need to focus on it. You focus, you have to make a plan. Then you have to see what steps are needed to make that plan happen. And then fourth, you need to tell, what do you want your end result to be? She just laid out how to turn your ideas, stop hallucinating, and make your idea, your dreams become your reality. Because Ebony right now is in her reality, because she could have not went to school. She couldn't have been the candy lady. She could have kept working at McDonald's, never went to the HBCU. She couldn't have went back and became an entrepreneur, master's degree in entrepreneurship. She could have not took the motivation and inspiration she got from her friend. She could have still had that idea in her head. And everybody will be walking around here with hair looking crazy because we don't know about Rastafari. Because I know when I was in the military, pulling my hat on and all, I used to hate it. And I needed Rastafari for my waves. They was getting messed up every single time. And anybody know me, I'm from Texas. I hate wearing hats anyway, even though not the cowboy hats, but I just hate wearing hats. And what I do, join the military and got to wear hats. I could have used you my whole career. And now she's here and she's telling you not just how she got to where she's at and where she's going. Remember, focus. She's already making the plan. She said, if I'm going to move, I'm going to do a partial move. I'm driving the other way. I go on vacation. She's telling you everything about how to market, not just market, but brand yourself. Man, Ebony, you've been dropping these jewels all night. You've been killing it. Whew.
You make me sound amazing. Oh my goodness.
What are you talking about? You're the one saying it. I just have to reword it in my head.
When you reword it, wow, I need you. Tell them what I meant to say. Yes.
So,
Wow.
so I want everybody to understand this. So, I want people to understand, because I thank you for what you just said, because it made me think of something. Everybody has their gift. Like if you would have told me right now to go do something with some hair products, get a needle and thread, get to sewing some stuff, get to trying to market, even to think about branding shampoo, man, that product ain't going nowhere. It ain't happening. That ain't me. The same way I couldn't look at you, Ebony, and be like, hey, I need you to go over there and come up with the next car to beat Tesla. You probably be like, do what? A car better than that? Ain't us. I know my gift. And the problem with it is so many of us are running from our gift. And I want to give you one secret to how you know you're running from your gift, because Ebony already told it. She knew a long time ago her gift was to help others. It didn't matter how. Like she said, remember when you was in school, the candy lady? And you was like, I probably shouldn't have been doing it, but let's be honest. I've been in school. We all went to school. We was falling asleep on the desk and all that. But guess what kept us what? Well, we can reach down and sneak a little candy in our mouth. Mm-hmm. She was helping people, regardless if they said it wasn't right. You was helping people. The gift that you have, everybody out there, is something that comes off so easy and natural to you that you don't even know you're doing it. But people come to you for it. They saw her in the store getting candy. They put her theirs back and like, I'm going to get my candy from Ebony. People come to you for your gift. That's as simple as it is. And I want y'all to understand that, because I know I'm definitely going to Ebony because I need some shampoo, crop products. I need something for my hair. I know my wife going to want some stuff. So everybody out there, and before, matter of fact, I know Ernest, thank you for putting it up there. Can you please tell us again, how can people get in touch, especially to buy products from Raya Safari?
Of course. If you need or would like anything, please, yes, that link right there, www.rayasafari.com. It's here backwards and Safari just smashed together. You can see me on Facebook at Raya Safari. I also have a YouTube channel, Raya Safari, where I do hair things, business things, all the things. Instagram, Raya_Safari. And if you need or want to talk to me, hit me up on Gmail at rayasafari@gmail.com. I got my phone with me if I'm not in a classified environment, so I'll get it when I can. But yeah, that's how you can get in contact with me.
Now, she told y'all about the YouTube channel. I'm going to let y'all in on one secret, because you got to go watch the YouTube channel. There's a secret on that YouTube channel that you can do with some Dawn soap. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't gonna say what the secret is. You got to go to the YouTube channel to see what the Dawn soap secret is. Just let you know, it works. But you gotta go do it yourself. I'm not gonna tell you. You gotta go to the YouTube channel. Now, yes. Ebony, I do this to everybody, and I have to ask you.
Okay.
We would like for you to leave. It doesn't matter how you want to do it. It can be business. It can be personal. Whatever you want to do. Leave something for us, the audience. How can we motivate? Because we know how you got your motivation, your inspiration. We know what your drive was for helping others. What's some words of advice, wisdom, anything that you can give us to inspire us and motivate us to go after and turn our idea into a reality?
Ooh, okay. Give me a second. I told you to give me practice questions before we started this. I could have had something written up nice.
Because we authentic over here. We want 100% authenticity. Remember, I already told you, it's something that you probably already tell yourself every day. We just need it.
Okay. So you said words of motivation or encouragement.
Anything, whatever you got.
Whatever I got, just in general.
Yeah, that's what it is. What do you do for yourself that'll help us get to where we need to be? Or started at least.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna leave you with two things. Okay. One thing is if like you're going through something and you feel like life has just got you down. So sometimes like when I'm feeling like hard on myself or things like that, I just think like this is just a moment in time and this too shall pass. So whatever you're going through, this is just for this time. This is just for this moment. It may seem like a long moment, It may seem like a very long moment, but it has to pass, right? So always know that. As far as something motivating, oh my gosh. Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
Hey, I'm with you because I know one thing, that dance you just did got me. I know one thing I need to do is go to the gym.
Something motivating, to be honest. This is gonna sound so cliche. But honestly, you just have to do it. If you have something that is eating at you, if you're constantly thinking about something to the point where not that you're losing sleep, but you're thinking about it every day. It's not just an idea you have one day and then you'll forget about it and you'll remember it 3 months later. But if this is a constant recurrence, you need to act on it. You need to start Googling. You need to start somewhere, whether it's a product, whether it's a recipe, whether it's anything. You just need to start making more of it. You need to start perfecting that. And even if you don't think it's perfect right away, I didn't think my bonus was perfect right away, but you know what? You just got to keep at it, right? Because how will you get better if you don't? So just be consistent. And I know it's hard. Just like going to the gym every day is hard. Being consistent is the worst thing. But you just got to do it. You just have to. If it brings you joy, you do it. I love smelling out packages. Every time I get an order, I cannot get an order for a week at a time, but let me see I get an order. I'm rushing home to put it together. I promise you I have the quickest ship out times just because I'm so excited to pack up an order. And because that's what brings me joy. And if you find something that brings you joy, you need to put your all into it. Hopefully that was something for you.
And you said you didn't have nothing. One more circle around because you're not. She just told you those moments don't last. Don't let that moment turn into ruining your whole day, your whole week, your whole month, your whole year. It was a moment. Moments come and go. If you think about it, think about the bad moments that you went through, about moments that could have threw you off in the past, but you're still here today, and those moments actually made you stronger. And she's telling you that go through those moments. Don't hold on to them. They're actually making you stronger because now you're able to do what? Have more confidence in yourself so that you can do the things that you love. She just told you, do the things that you love. Follow your dreams because what? They're keeping you awake at night. I want you to think about that. There are people out there that go to bed and because everybody's not an entrepreneur. Everybody's not going to be an inventor. Everybody's not going to write a book. That's those people that go home at night. They get those good night rest, go sleep and dream and dream and dream. But guess what? You can't sleep because your dreams are keeping you awake because they're waiting on you to put the action to them and start chasing them. It's time for you to start chasing your dream and get out there on your journey, out there on your safari, your raw safari.
Hey
Now you dropped those nuggets. You left us. I'm ready to go get my workout on. Now that's going to be my new movement. I really, 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 really thank you for coming on. Like, don't go nowhere. I still want to talk to you after the show. But okay. I have to, on behalf of everybody, thank you for coming on because you are amazing. I will definitely be doing some shopping with you because I need some products. Keep my hair together. The little hair I got left, I don't need to lose no more. I will be shopping with you, but thank you again for your service, your family service, and everything you do. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
And I will see you, Ebony, on the other side. Thank you.
All right.
Man, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I need to go take better care of my hair because my hair journey, even though it might look like I don't have much, I do still have some, but it's been rough over the years. Don't judge me. But man, Ebony, amazing. That just goes, she just showed you. Not only, for one, I want you to take one thing out of it. You don't have to quit your 9 to 5 to be an entrepreneur. You don't have to quit your 9 to 5 in order to live the life that you want to live. But you cannot depend on that 9 to 5 to get to where you want to go. Because let's be honest, the 9 to 5, those CEOs are never going to pay you enough to live in the same neighborhood that they stay in. So if you want to move something, make something better for your life, you have to be willing to start now doing what you don't want to do so that you can live how you want to live. I thank you again for tuning in. I can't wait to see y'all next week with the next amazing guest. Thank y'all for tuning in. But as always, I want you to make sure you live in your purpose, with purpose, on purpose. I'll see y'all next week.
I'm back.
Every time I walk out that door, every time I interact with anybody new, my purpose is to help change.
It's time to celebrate life. If you know that you're in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know you want better for your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you have what it takes to be in charge of your life, it's time to stand up. If you know that you are not just trying to be good for you, but for those around you, it's time to stand up. As a matter of fact, look to the person to your left and tell them you are enough.
I want to help you change, and just like you change, every time I interact with somebody, they help me change. It's no different than if I met an individual and they had 4 quarters and they needed change, or if I had $1 and they had 4 quarters, I need to change. We can swap the money. The value is still the same. They still got $1, I still got $1, but we both exchanged something, and it was a change for both of us. So every time I walk out that door, I inspire to help change lives just as much as lives have changed me.
Y'all been listening to the wrong people, watching the wrong things all your life, and it's time to put to rest all those negative thoughts, because you are enough. It's time to put to rest that self-doubt, because you are enough. It is time to get rid of that negative energy, because you are enough. It is time to stop listening to people that don't have the best interests of you in your life, because you are enough. So let's have a moment of silence. I want everybody to understand that you are the person that's in charge of your life. Everything that you have inside of you to be who you're supposed to be in life. You have a destiny, and that destiny can only be accomplished through you, by you, and only you, with the help of God. When you realize that you are the person you are, because you're not a carbon copy, there's only one you. They try to put you in a box. Society tries to put you in a box, but you can't be in a box. How can you be in a box when there's only one you? But then they tell you, think outside the box. What I'm trying to get you to understand is there is no box.
I want to pass on the things that I have to the generations behind me. By the time it's time for me to get called home and go to the grave, I want to be empty. I believe in bankrupting the cemetery, so I can't take this knowledge with me, because the cemetery is already full of brilliant ideas and unwritten books and innovative ideas. I can't take this with me, so I'm trying to leave it all here as Billy Graham Jr. to the next generation so somebody else can carry it on.